Hey everyone, Dan here. Before we get into it, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button and keep in mind that these are my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. These are not meant to be, nor should you take them as investment or trading advice in any way, shape, or form. Do your own due diligence, put in the work for yourself, and make your decisions based on that. Enjoy. All right, folks, here we are after market close on Friday, September 29th. We're going to take an updated look at T2 Biosystems today. So we have a few additional levels to put in on the daily chart. We have some data to look at, and then we'll zoom in, and then we'll flip over to the think or swim study and see how things are situated there and call it a video. So first things first, a few additional levels now that we've had a few more candles put in this 1717 up to 2278 price zone. I want to call out a couple here. So one is going to be here, top of this candle body, bottom of this candle wick. Let me see if I pin it, how nice it is. Okay, pretty nice. And then similarly, I'm going to go bottom of these two, or sorry, of this candle body, top of this candle body, or sort of splitting the difference a little bit. So that is 1801. The previous level was 2071. And then we have a little bit of a double candle body here, top to bottom, plus the wick. So here, okay. So if we pin it on this wick here, let's see how it looks. Okay, I'd rather pin it on the floor of this candle body. Okay, so 2194, as you see, floor of this candle body, about the wick here, and pretty darn close to the upper portion of today's candle body as well. So those are the levels that I'm going to put in for now. There's just not any additional repetition at the moment. That is interesting to me. You know, something here on 1944 would kind of make sense, just in the realm of its splitting some price gap that we have between 2071 and 1801. But I would wait for some additional price action to come in there before, feeling too confident in putting that in. Now, the other thing to note, right, we had this big drawdown from 46.85 that we see there, all the way down to 14.93, so a huge percentage loss there. And this happened just over the course of a few trading days. Now, trying to peel back up at the moment, if we look at, somewhat outdated short data. Admittedly, this isn't a paid-for source, but September 15th short data, we see the short sellers really holding on strong here, so peeling down a little bit, but no major changes at this big spike that we saw at the end of July. And pretty soon we should get the end of September data, maybe in a week or 10 days or so. So it'll be delayed again, but pretty interesting to see it. Obviously still at a huge spiked level, but peeling back a little bit. And we'll see how that continues to play into the drawdowns here in the price action. Now, if we zoom into today, obviously we had a big move today, but it was really herky-jerky. So big move up here after hours yesterday, started interacting with this 2071 level, and then basically held that into open, and then a big push through, skipped a level, skipped another level, wicked off, double wicked off this 2349 level, almost to the penny, and then came down, caught support on the wick here with the double bottom, basically right around 2071. Really nice motion there, to be honest. Double top, double bottom, pushed back through higher highs over here, but couldn't quite reach that 2447 level that we had. Caught resistance back underneath the 2349, shrugged off the 2278s, tried to build support over this 2194, lost it, didn't quite need to dip down to the 2071, nor did it need to come below swing lows over here. So that was, a good sign of some added strength. Later on in the day, built a floor over 2194, wrestled with 2278 as we got closer to power hour, and then, dipped down here into close, again wrestling with that 2194 level. So 2194 sort of seemed like the hot zone today, right? Goes through, pulls back to it, pushes through, pulls back to it, dips below, pulls back to it, pushes ahead, pulls back to it. So that was the hot zone. So that's the one I'm going to be watching as we head into Monday. Now, who knows, there could be really big reaction in the pre-market hours on Monday, one way or the other. So who knows if this is even going to be a factor at that moment, but we have plenty of other levels on the chart. As you see, we have a bunch above, and now we have at least a few below. But if we need more, of course, we can always come in and put in some additional levels in either direction. But we have so many levels to the upside. That's not going to be the worry. It's going to be more to the downside. I'm going to get rid of this just to take something off the chart, declutter it a little bit. There's a bunch of levels in here in the 20s that we might be able to get rid of as we get into there. Because these dotted levels are ones of sort of questionable strength. So we'll see if it continues to respect those or not, and if not, I'd be more than happy to take them off. Sorry, just looking at a level there, but we're not going to worry about it for now. Think or swim study, just keep in mind this is on the 1 hour chart to give us a different view, and we see the flip today, right? We saw all this drawing down. That's the massive drawdown that we were just talking about on the Webull chart. Huge drawdown. Bumped against the bottom bound of the channel as it's done many times before. But what was the difference this time? The difference this time, as we were heading into after hours yesterday, was this big candle here pushed through the mid-range of the channel, as opposed to all of these where it was rejecting off of it, push to the mid-range, reject off of it. Here, push through, and then it confirmed support over it here. And what did that do? Give it a nice push, riding the upper bound of the channel, came down, retested support here twice, reconfirmed support there twice, gave it the added oomph, throughout the entire day today to continue to push the upper bound of the channel here. Now this is the 180 to 200 EMA cloud. We'll see if it starts to interact with that in the coming days, what that looks like. Let's see the last time it may have done that. Yeah, it crossed it right over here. So I'm just trying to see if it had any significance in the moves here. Not a ton, but it was really thin then. The cloud has thickened a little bit, so we'll see if that does, anything different this time than it did last time. Still firing on the TTM squeeze indicator, peeling back a little bit on the bullish momentum, but still riding this green wave cloud, which was nice to see after it found double support off the mid-range here. It basically rode the green wave cloud for the remainder of the day, which if you've watched my videos before, you know that is oftentimes, not always, not a crystal ball, not 100%, not a prophecy, but it can oftentimes be a sign of continued momentum, whichever direction it's, in. And right now, this direction is to the bulls. So we'll see if that continues to be the case, but I'll be looking to see if anything takes shape strongly one direction or the other pre-market on Monday, and that might sort of just shed a bunch of light on how T2 is going to react after today's big push up of almost 24%. All right, folks, I hope that you had a good trading week and that you enjoy your weekend ahead. And as always, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video.